Hello students, now we will understand limits and continuity. Chapter 11, class 11, chapter 8, limits and continuity. This is based on chapter 8, class 11. Okay. See, Augustin Louis Cauchy has developed this theory. Suppose you see here, it is AB excluding A and B. The region is AB excluding AB. So we write this brackets, normal brackets. Okay, open brackets. Now, this is a closed interval brackets. If including AB, A and B, then we put it including AB. This is the so this equation between A and B including of this equation between A and B region excluding AB. Here B is excluded, A is included. So we put a cross bracket here and a normal open bracket here. So these are the same examples of this. So this is excluding A more than A up to infinity. This is including A up to infinity dot. Similarly, minus infinity including B, B dot. So like that, we represent the limits in our mathematical paper. Then what is called neighborhood? Neighborhood, suppose A is there. Two neighborhoods, A plus E, A minus E. E may be the value, suppose if A is 5, neighborhood will be 0.0001. So this will be 5.0001. This is 4.99999. So this is called neighborhood of A, almost equal to A, delta. Delta is very small compared to A. Okay, this is called neighborhood. So this is neighborhood of A excluding A. You see, A is not included here. A is circle like this. So this is neighborhood A, deleted neighborhood of A, deleted neighborhood. Where A is not included. A plus E, A minus E, minus A. So this is deleted A is treated as 0 less than X minus A, X less than E. So if this is X is at this point. This is X. X minus A is this portion. This portion is less than E, this E, this E. So if it is X is here. X minus A is nothing but this zone. This zone is less than E. So it is GE is always positive. It is always positive because A minus E is on the other side. E is positive, but we are reducing it from A. But the value of X minus A is in this zone, which is less than E. Less than E means what? Less than a small value. This is the neighborhood of A. So C and D neighborhood. C is less than X minus A is less than D. C, D is the neighborhood of some A. If this is C. So A is the center point of C and D. That is C plus D by 2. Delta, this is delta. Delta is D minus C by 2. And A plus delta is equal to D. A plus delta is D. A minus delta is C. So like that, we define the neighborhood of any point. Okay. So A minus delta is less than X, less than A plus delta. If this is A, this is A minus delta. This is A plus delta. So somewhere X is somewhere in between. So here it is X, A minus delta is less than X, which is less than A plus delta. So this is all neighborhood. X is in the neighborhood. What we are defining X is in the neighborhood of A. The gap is not much, maybe 0.0001. If gap is at 10, then is very high. So then E is 10, A minus 10, A plus 10. Okay, that is also neighborhood, extended neighborhood. But normally when we talk of neighborhood means very nearby. E is very less. Almost A minus E is equal to A. A plus E is equal to A. Say 5.0001. They are both are almost equal. Okay. So now let us understand limits. Suppose there is an equation x square plus 1. As x tends to 1, the value tends to 2. As x tends to 0, the value tends to 0 square is 0 plus 1, 1. So this is a continuous equation. This is a polynomial, is a continuous equation. Let us see another equation. X square minus 1 by x minus 1 by x minus 1. So if I put x is equal to 1, we get 0 by 0, which is not defined. 0 by 0 is not defined. But in place of what I put neighborhood values of x not equal to 1, 0.9, 0.99, 0.999. I put neighborhood values. F of x is this. If I put positive values of neighborhood, 1.001, 0.0101. So as x tends to 1, the value is becoming tends to 2. As x tends to 1, the values tends to 2. So if I put directly x is equal to 1, it is not defined 0 by 0. But if I check the neighborhood, the value is tending to 2. So otherwise, how we do x square minus 1, I split into two factors, x minus 1 into x plus 1. So x minus 1 get cancelled. So I get x plus 1. As x tends to 1, x plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, here the limit exists. Limit exists because as in the neighborhood is as the neighborhood tending to the value x, I'm getting 2 here because x minus 1 is getting deleted by factorization. Even though fx is not defined for x1, but its limit exists. Its limit exists because of the neighborhood points. Of course, factorization point. Let us see another example. X minus 1 by x plus 2. As x tends to 3, so 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 plus 2 is 5, 2 by 5, 2 by 5 is around 0.4. Simple submission of as x tends. The same thing you can apply also here. 2 minus 99, 2 minus 999, 2.999 or 3.111, 3.001. We'll see that fx also tending to 0.4. So in all these examples, f of x exists, and as x tends to a certain value, f of x also goes to certain value. For some cases, it may not exist at all. So that we'll see later on. So as x tends to a means x is equal to a plus delta a plus delta, or a minus delta, as delta is in the neighborhood of a. This limit is unique. Let us even understand. Fx means y. When I say as f of x is x, this is fx means y is a function of x. So at a point C, say the value is L. As x tends to C, fx tends to L. This is a continuous curve, fx curve, red line. So as x tends to C, fx is L. Now in the neighborhood of C, as x, C minus delta and C plus delta, we have two regions of y minus E and y plus E. So f of x as x is equal to C plus r minus delta is L plus r minus E. So when you bring to the L here, fx minus L is less than E. This is f of x. So suppose minus delta is there. This is fx. This is L. Fx minus L is E. Plus r. Here it is minus E. Here it is plus E. So fx minus L, if I put a mod value, this is less than E. So here also, this is x value, can be from here to here. This is C, is a neighborhood value. So x minus C is delta, fx minus L is E. This is y function. So fx minus L is less than E, x minus delta, x minus C is less than delta. And it is more than 0. Because x is not equal to C, more than 0. So then fx is equal to L as x tends to c. Then we say fx is having limit L. As x tends to c, this is limit L. Let us say, see same thing where limit does not exist. Say fx is 1 by x. If I put 0, 1 by 0, 1 by 0 is infinity. So here it is limit does not exist. But how we'll prove in this fashion? Suppose if the limit is exist, this is L. So now between 0 and delta, 0 less than delta, I'm taking fx value 0 and delta because x is tending to 0. So I'm taking x value as neighborhood of 0 is delta. So I'm putting f of x minus L. So f of x is 1 by x minus L is less than delta. So what is E? So delta between 0 to delta x, 1 by x, then this L goes to the other side. This L goes to the other side. 1 by x is equal to less than 1 plus delta M. See what is this 1? 1 is nothing but this E. E. This E I am assuming it as 1, very small value. I can assume 0.1 also, I can assume 0.001 also. For simplicity, I am assuming it 1. So f of x minus f of c, because I'm assuming f of x is existing, L. So f of c minus f of x. C means in the neighborhood zone. Neighborhood zone. What is this x value? This is 1 by x, 1 by x. F of x is 1 by x. The value of y is this much. So f of 1 by x minus L is less than this E. E is, I'm assuming, 1. So when L goes to the other side, and this L is going to the other side, mod of 1 by x is less than 1 plus L. Should be less than 1 plus L. But x is very small. For x, as x tending to 0, 1 by x is very large. Suppose x is 0.01, 1 by x is around 100. X is 0.001, is 1000 more than 0. That means this should be less than 1. It is contradicting. It is certainly more than 1, but it is less than 1. It is contradicting. Hence, no such L exists. But otherwise, this is a theoretical explanation within the region. From 0, I am taking a delta. From L, I am taking a E. So f of x minus L, that is 1 by x minus L, is less than plus or minus E. When I put mod is plus E. So mod f of x minus L, 1 by x minus L is less than 1. Now 0 between, now the x value is nearing to 0 between 0 and delta, 1 by x value is less than 1 plus L, because this L is going to the other side, become 1 plus L. So as x tends to 0, 1 by x is more than 0, but it's supposed to be less than 1, so that it does not exist. It exists only if L is infinity. L is infinity means it does not exist. Here I am writing L is a finite number, does not exist. Otherwise, for our mathematical understanding, see for plus delta, so this x is 0, I have taken plus delta, this point, 1 by plus delta, 1 by 0.0001, it is equal to plus infinity. If I take x as minus delta, 1 by minus 0.999 minus 0.00001, so it becomes minus infinity. So the value is varying from plus infinity to minus infinity at x is equal to 0 in the neighborhood of this. So it does not exist. So we have theorems on limits. So limit can be applied individually. F of x, g of x, both can be, limit can be applied. Here again, f of x is x square plus 1. It can be x square plus 1 into 2x plus 2. So this is f of x, 2x plus 2 will be g of x. So when as x tends to 1, it will apply to both. So f of x plus or minus g of x is f of x plus g of x. That means if f of x is L, g of x is M, so it is L plus or minus M. Similarly, L into M or L by M, like that. K into f of x is KL, 1 by f of x is 1 by L. Because 1 by f of x limited on 1 by f of x, limit x tends to L. This is 1 by L. So g of f of x, all are applicable. Suppose f of a1x plus a2x square plus an x to the power of n is nothing but f of a for x tends to a. So I substitute in place of x a. So f of a. Now it is nothing but like this. F of x is x square plus 1. What is f of 1? A is here 1. F of 1 is 1 plus 1, 2. Like that. If f of x is less than g of x or equal as x tends to a, that means what? At x is equal to a, they are equal. But all other values other than a, f of x is always less than gx. You can see some examples here. Here is it. As x tends to 0, it is 1. Further, it is less. So more maybe there. We'll see the example when it comes. F of x is less always. Now understand the sandwich theorem. This is more important. We will be using many times. If f of x is less than g of x are equal, and g of x is less than or equal to h of x, and if these two are having limits as x tends to a, f of x as x tends to a is L, h of x as x tends to a is L, then automatically g of x is also L. This is a sandwich theorem. We use this. Suppose there are three functions. Say this is x, this is sin x, x tan x. We'll see one example here. You see here, limit of x square cos 2 by x as x tends to 0. So x tends to 0, x square is 0. Cos 2 by 0, cos infinity. This is what? Cos infinity. So we have to find out the value. So definitely cos value is plus or minus 1 within the limits. Any value of cos is within the limits of plus or minus 1. So this x square cos 2x is less than minus x square is greater than minus x square and less than plus x square, because cos 2 by x is less than plus or minus 1 limits. So if it is plus 1, it becomes x square. If it is minus 1, it becomes minus. Rest values in between. So as x tends to 0, this is 0. As x tends to 0, this is 0. That means x square cos 2 by x also 0 by sandwich theorem. By sandwich theorem. So this is what we understood here. Sandwich theorem. So it is simple. F of x is equal to x minus a to the power of k into f of x. G of x minus a to the power of k into g of x. When f by g, x minus a to the power of k, x minus a to the power of k get cancelled. So then it is f of x by f of a by g of a as x tends to a. So here same thing. If limits of two functions exist at a particular point, f of x exists, g of x exists at a point a, then their sum and plus or minus sum exists, multiplication exists, difference exists. L plus m, L into m, L by m all exists. for quotient, we need to add a caveat that the limit of denominator is non-zero. Here we have said, here we have converted x plus 1 into x minus 1. X minus 1, x minus 1 getting cancelled. So denominator 0 point we have eliminated. So we can find out is what it is being told. Suppose as x is c, fx is l, then gx is 0. Then fx by gx is undefined because L by 0, 0 is undefined. Then if both are equal, f of x limit x tends to c is equal to g of x limit x tends to c that is equal to 0, then fx by gx we cannot say anything about in here. 0 by 0. Here you see f of x is 0, g of x is 0, but it is not 0 by 0. X minus 1 getting cancelled, I'm getting x plus 1, and the limit I'm getting 2 here. So that's what it is said. It cannot be say that anything of this. But if f of x is there, L, and g of x is 0, then L by 0 is undefined. Okay. Let us do some exercise based on our earlier study. Limit of x minus 2 by x cubed minus 8. See, x cubed minus b cubed, a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So x minus 2 getting cancelled. So I'm getting all positive terms in the bottom. So as x tends to 2, I'm getting 1 by 12. Otherwise, it is becoming 0 by 0. So this 0 by 0, I'm making such that the denominator does not have 0. Another one. X square sine 1 by x. See, sine 1 by x is plus or minus 1, as I said, Sandwich theorem. So this is minus x square and plus x square in between. X square sine 1 by x will be there. So this is what we have written here. So when x is 0, these two are zeros. So automatically x square sine 1 by x as x tends to 0 is 0. Similarly, to another problem. This by x square minus sine as x tends to 3. Here x minus 3 is the factor, x plus 3 into x minus 3. And the top one, when I do it factorization, x into x minus 3 into x minus 3. So this one x minus 3 gets cancelled. X plus 3 comes, limit x into x plus 3, x minus 3 remains. So that is 0. So x plus 3 and x minus 3. So x minus 3 is getting cancelled. So this becomes 0. Because numerator 0 is okay. We should not get denominator 0. So this is another 2x plus 1 by 3x square minus 4x plus 5. So I'm simply substituting x as 1. 3 minus 4 plus 5. 5 plus 3, 8 minus 4, 4. Top 3, 3 by 4. Because once we are not getting 0 in the denominator, I can straight away substitute this 1. X square cos x, we have just discussed, minus x square less than x square cos x less than x square. That means sandwich. Suppose x square cos, in place of 2 by x, it is cos x is there. Then I'll simply substitute 0 here. 0 into cos 0 is 1. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So 0 into 1 is 0. So 2 by x, denominator x is there. So I am using sandwich there. Same thing, x minus 1 by x square minus x. If I take out x out, it will become x minus 1, get cancelled. So this is x tends to 1. This becomes 1. X minus 1 by x square minus x minus 1 by x cubed minus 3x square plus x. This is a total equation as x tends to 1. So what I have done is, here I have removed x minus 1. So I have wrote it 1 by x minus 1 by this value. Same. So I am substituting 1. 1 minus 3 plus 1. This is 1. This is minus 3 plus 1. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Is 1 by 1 is 1. So automatic answer is plus 2. So just we have to cut here x minus 1, x minus 1. Okay. So first we have to see if we are simply substituting, I am getting 0 by 0 or denominator 0, then I have to use other methods. If I am getting straight away answer, I need not go further. Okay. Now, limit of x to the 4 minus 81 by this as x tends to 3. If you see x tends to 3 in the bottom, what is becoming? 9 2s are 18, 5 3s are 15, plus 3, 18. 18 minus 18, 0. So denominator I am getting 0. So I have to do some other method. So this is a square minus b square, x square whole square minus 9 square. So a plus b into a minus b. A minus b again, x square minus 9, x plus 3 into x minus 1. So denominator I have changed into x minus 3 into x plus 1. So x minus 3 getting cancelled. So I am getting an answer of 108 by 7 when we substitute 3. So the 0 factor is eliminated. 0 factor is eliminated. So here you see root of 25 minus x square. Then limit of f of x minus f of 1 by x minus 1 as x tends to 1 is how much? So now what is f of 1? I substitute here f of 1. Root of 25 minus 1. So root of 24 minus root of 24 is f of 1. So what is this value? F of x minus f of 1. F of 1 is minus 24, minus minus plus. So root 24 minus root of 25 minus x square by x minus 1. So I am going to, because it is coming into 0, 0 form. So I am going rationalizing. So rationalizing means what? Root of 24 a plus b into a minus b. This becomes plus in the bottom. So a square minus b square. Root of 24 whole square is 24. Root of 25 minus x square whole square is 25 minus x square. So a square minus b square. So this becomes minus 1 plus x square. X square minus 1. In the denominator I am getting x minus 1 into, this is all plus figure. So this x minus 1 getting cancelled. This x square minus 1, x plus 1 into x minus 1 square getting cancelled. So x plus 1 by plus term I am left. So I substitute now the value of 1. I am getting 1 by root 24. But otherwise, this is the definition of my f dash x. F of x minus f of h by x minus h as x tends to h is f dash x. This is my differential definition. We'll learn later. So here what is in f of x minus f of 1 by x minus 1 as x tends to 1. Here h is equal to 1. So this is f dash 1. So when I substitute f dash x, root x f dash is 1 by 2 root x. 1 by 2 root of this into minus 2x. So 1 by root 24. So in place of differentiation, I have done in the fundamentals. Rationalization method. Now we'll understand right and left hand limits. Right hand limit and left hand limit. Here we have seen here. So this is the left hand limit up to 0.999. 1 point is the right hand limit. Here also, this is left hand limit. This side is right hand limit for point C. C plus delta is right hand limit. C minus delta is left hand limit. So x is less than 0. F of x is 1 if x is less than 0. It is equal to minus 1 if x is more than 0. That means what? F of x is 1 for a left hand limit, and for a right hand limit it is minus 1. So the left hand side, right hand side, the f of x is not equal. So it is a 0 does not exist. One-sided limits. Suppose a, b is there. Interval of a to b. Exclusive of b. So a plus is there and b minus is there. So x is equal to a plus or b minus for the limits. So f of x is equal to x tends to a, which is nothing but a plus. X tends to a plus whatever equation is given, that is applicable at f of a. Because it's the intervening zone. AB is the intervening zone. This is intervening zone AB. AB excluding. So A plus and B minus. B plus is not applicable. B minus and A plus between the two. So f of A I have to take it as f of A plus. F of B I have to take it as f of B minus. So same thing. C is between A and B. C plus and C minus. C plus is right hand limit. C minus is left hand limit, and both are equal. It is a continuous range. Suppose f of x is 5 if x is more than 3. F of x is 2x minus 1 if x is less than 3. Let us see at x is 3. 3 plus means I have to use this equation. 3 minus means I have to use this equation. If x is 3 plus, it is 5. 3 minus 2 3s are 6 minus 1 5. Both are equal. So this limit exists at x is equal to 3. Some places they may not be equal. Some places, here you see, at x is equal to 0 plus 0 minus, they are not equal. So limit does not exist. Here, even though different equations are given, but at 3, it is a continuity. It is continuous. Before 3, it is not continuous. At x is equal to, this is 2 2s are 4 minus 1, 3. X is equal to 2. This x is equal to applicable. 2 2s are 4, 4 minus 1, 3. X is equal to, this is not applicable because more than 3. So this is a continuous curve. See, f of x is 1 minus x for x is equal to 1. 1 plus x for x is greater than 1. So if I put 1 minus 1 plus, if I'm putting x is 1 plus, I have to use which equation? I have to use 1 plus x. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. If it's x is 1 minus, I have to use this equation. 1 minus 1, 0. So at x is equal to 1, this is not exist because right side is 2, left side it is 0. See, when I say 1 plus means it is 1 only. Only that equation we pick up. We pick up that equation which is valid for 1 plus. 1 minus does not mean that minus 1. 1 minus means I am picking up minus equation, put x is as 1. 1 minus can be 0.99999, something like that. But it is 1 only. So for the equation purpose, I am defining 1 minus in the neighborhood of x. So here the limit does not exist. Here limit exists. Let us see. Fx is 1 if x is 0. Fx is this if x is between 0 and 1. Fx is 3x if x is more than 1. So he has given 3 equations. So now let us say, as x tends to 1 minus, this is fx is equal to x. X tends to 1 minus, fx is equal to so if x is equal to 1 minus, so it's not less than 0, it is between 0 to 1. 2x plus 1 is applicable. 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 3. Fx is 1 plus. 1 plus means it is greater than 1. 3 into 1, 3. So that means that x is 1, limit exists because left hand side limit and right hand side limit both are equal. So another example. Mod x by 2 minus 2 by x minus 2. Let us see this. Mod x minus 2 by x minus 2. When x is 2 minus, so top is plus and bottom is minus. So plus by minus is minus 1. As x is 2 plus, it is plus 1. But he is asking only what is the value at x is 2 minus. 2 minus the value is minus 1. Because suppose it's 1.9999. 1.999 minus 2 is x itself, but under mod. So this is plus, but this is minus. Plus by minus is minus. So answer is minus. So similarly, 2 mod x by x plus 1 as x 0 plus. As x 0 plus, so the automatically x is positive. X's get cancelled. 2 plus 0 plus 1. 3 is the answer. For 0 minus, this becomes minus 2. This becomes minus 2 plus 0 plus 1. This is minus 1. So limit does not exist. So understand what is 0 plus and what is 0 minus. 0 plus means this becomes 2. 0 minus, this becomes minus 2. So limit of x cubed cos 3 by x. Again, same thing. X cubed less than minus x cubed less than x cubed cos 3 by x less than x cubed. And x is 0. So answer is 0. This is a sandwich theorem. So f of x is x minus 1 if x is less than 0, is 0 if x is 0, x plus 1 if x is greater than 0. Now we'll put 0 minus. 0 minus is, this is the equation. So this is minus 1. If I put 0, this is 0. If I put 0 plus, it is plus 1. We have three values at 0. Minus 1, 0, and plus 1. So limit does not exist. They are not same. So let us continue the limits chapter. So far we have learned limits, left hand side approach and right hand side limit, and whether does a limit exist or not. Now we'll see first standard limits and learn. This is standard limits. One of the standard limit is limit of x to the power of n as x tends to a is equal to, simply substitute x in place of x a, you get a to the power of n. So second one, x to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a is equal to, when x is equal to a, n into a to the power of n minus 1. But otherwise, how it is dealing? Suppose when I put x is equal to a to the power of n minus a to the power of n 0 by a minus a also 0. So 0 by 0 form it is coming as it appears. But the standard limit formula says is equal to n into a to the power of n minus 1. Okay, let us see how this has come. Now I am dividing x to the power of n minus a to the power of n with x minus a, normal polynomial division. So first I will multiply x minus a with x to the power of n minus 1. So what it becomes, x to the power of n minus a into x to the power of n minus 1. So x to the power of n minus 1, if I am multiplying, I am getting x to the power of n minus a into x to the power of n. X to the power of n is getting cancelled. So what is left out is a into x to the power of n minus 1. Now I will multiply with a into x to the power of n minus 2. So then what is happening here? A into x to the power of n minus 2 into x is equal to a into x to the power of n minus 1. The second term is getting cancelled. Like that, all the terms getting cancelled, leftover term is a to the power of n minus 1. This is a normal polynomial division. We do normal polynomial division. So when this x minus a and x minus a getting cancelled, so what I am left over here is, if I substitute a, this becomes a to the power of n minus 1. This a to the power of n minus 2 into a, that means a to the power of n minus 1. A to the power of n minus 3 into a square is also a to the power of n minus 1. Like that, there are n terms. So when I add all the n terms, n into a to the power of n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula. This is nothing but differentiation. This is nothing but differentiation. F of x minus f of a by x minus a as x tends to a. This is f of x is x to the power of n minus f of a is a to the power of n by x minus a as x tends to a is nothing but differentiation. So what is the differentiation of x to the power of n? N into x to the power of n minus 1. And I put a, n into a to the power of n minus 1. Okay. Now let us see if the n is in that shape of p by q. Still, is it applicable or not for a rational number? If n is p by q, let us say n is p by q. So let y is equal to x to the power of 1 by q. B is equal to a to the power of 1 by q. Y is a function of x. B is a multiplication of a. So in place of a, I am putting another constant term. So when I say x to the power x to the power of n minus x to the power of p by q minus a to the power of p by q. So x to the power of p by q is nothing but y to the power of p. A to the power of p by q is nothing but b to the power of p. So by y by to the power of q minus b to the power of, because x minus a, x is equal to y to the power of q, a is equal to b to the power of q. So I am putting y minus b both sides. Y to the power of p minus b to the power of p by y minus b into y minus b by this. So this is one limit. All we know p is a numeral. So this becomes p into y to the power of p minus 1. This is also q into y to the power of q minus 1. This becomes p by q into y to the power of p minus q. When I substitute y to the power of p minus q here, what I am getting? A to the power of p by q minus 1. So irrespective of whether it is a rational number, whether it is an integer, this formula is valid. It's nothing but simple dy by dx. Subsequently, we will learn that, but this is from the fundamentals we are learning. So we have what we are doing? We are dividing this with x by a, x minus a. So I am getting, when I substitute x is equal to a, I am getting n into a to the power of n minus 1. Okay. Let us see another standard limit. Limit of sin x by x as x tends to 0. We know as x tends to 0, sin x is x, because all our simple pendulum, wherever we have dealt with, wherever x is less, sin x is taken as x itself. So this becomes x by x. When x by x it cancel, this becomes 1. Sin x by x as x tends to 0, sin x becomes x. So limit of sin x by x is 1. Otherwise, what is sin x? How is it defined? X minus x cubed by 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 by 5 factor, like that. So if I divide it by x, so I'll get 1 minus x square by 3 factorial plus x to the power 4 by 5 factorial, like that. When I substitute x is 0, what is left out is 1 itself. So limit of sin x by x as x tends to 0, is all other terms are 0 because there are multiples of x. So only 1 is left. So this is by the fundamental of sin x expansion. This is, we know sin x as x tends to 0 is sin theta is equal to theta. This is a third method. There is a third method. You see this triangle. Area ACE is less than area ABE is less than area ABD. Okay. Now, what is the area of ACE? Half base into height. Let us say this is h. This is h. Half area of A, B, C, A, B, H, C, ACE. See, this is E. This point is E. So area ABE less than ABHE less than ABD. So area ABE is base into height. Base is r radius 1. Height is this EC. EC is nothing but sin h. EC is, so what is sin theta? Opposite by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is again 1. So this is sin h. So half base is sin h. So this area is less than this arc area. What is the arc area? Half base. What is base here? Base is 1 into, what is this? R into R theta. Half R into R theta. R square theta. This is R theta. What is this length? This length is R theta. R into H. Into, what is the height? Height is again R, 1. So half 1 into X into 1. So again, what is this ABD? ABD area, half base into, what is this? This is tan H. Tan H. Because what is tan H? BD by AB. AB is 1. So tan H is the BD line. That means what? Sin X is less than X, less than tan X. So in place of tan X, I'm writing sin X by cos X. So this is sin X by cos X. So I'm removing sin X all. 1 is less than X by sin X is less than 1 by cos X. So if I reverse them on this, then 1 become greater than sin X by cos X, greater than cos X. So if I rewrite cos X less than sin X by X less than 1. As X tends to 0, this is Sandwich theorem. As X tends to 0, this is 1. Cos 0 is 1. So sin X by X is also 1. So I brought it into a sandwich mode from the areas of a triangle. This is also proof for sin X is less than X, less than tan X. Actually, what is sin X by X? This is sin X by, this curve is sin X by X. As X tends to 0, sin X by X is 1. For other value, it is diminishing. It is diminishing. As X is minus, sin of minus X is also minus. By minus plus, plus it goes plus minus depending on the quadrant. Okay. What we are reading under this? Under standard limits, what are the things we have learned in this? Right? Limit of x to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a as x tends to a is equal to n into x to the power of n minus. This is a differentiation form. Then we learned that limit of sin x by x is 1. These two we have learned from this. Now let us see another. Limit of 1 plus x whole to the power of 1 by x as x tends to 0. So 1 plus x, if I put 0, this is 0 to the power of 1 by x. 1 by x is again infinity. 1 by 0, not defined. So we have to understand this in a different way. So how e to the power of x is defined? E to the power of x is defined as 1 plus x by 1 factorial, x square by 2 factorial, x cubed by 3 factorial, like that. So in place of x, if I put 1 plus 1 by factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial, this is e to the power of x. Now let us say 1 plus x whole to the power of 1 by x, I am doing binomial expansion because two items are there, whole to the power of 1 by x. Let us 1 by x is equal to n. Let 1 by x is equal to n. Then x is equal to what? 1 by n. So this becomes 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power of n. So a plus b whole to the power of n. So a to the power of n. So I'm taking n plus 1 by n. N plus 1 by n. So n to the power of n coming outside. N plus 1 whole to the power of n. A to the power of n plus n into a to the power of n minus 1 into b plus nc2 into a to the power of n minus 2 into b to the power of square. B is always 1, so leave the b. B to n to a to the power of n minus 2, like that. So when this I am dividing by n to the power of n, here these two getting cancelled, 1 is left out. Here it becomes n by n into the power of n. So n is there in the bottom, nc1, n is there, n and n get cancelled. So 1 by 1 is to 2, nc1. This is 1 by 1. This is 1 by 1 is 1 into 2. 1 by 1 into 2 into 3. So this is the, when I do actual binomial expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of 1 by x, I am getting in terms of eliminating x here. There is no x here. All n are getting cancelled by binomial expansion. So so this is nothing but e. What you have seen? E to the power of 1. this is E. As x tends to 0, this is E. N tends to infinity. Because x I put 1 by n, so x tends to 0, n tends to. So this E series is defined as an infinity series. Infinity. Suppose x is 1. Suppose what is it? X is 1. Then can I use this formula? I put 1 here. 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 1. 1 by 1 is 1. This is 2 answer. So this is not E. This is not E. This is 2. Why? Because this is not up to infinity. The series is not up to only for 0. This is becoming an infinite series, and infinite series is equal to E. Okay. Now same thing we are learning from a to the power of x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0. Suppose x is 0, this means a to the power of 0 is 1, 1 minus 1, 0, 0 by 0. It is not defined. So let us understand how to proceed this. A to the power of x by x tends to 0. What is e to the power of x? We have just seen this. So what is a to the power of x? E to the power of x is e to the power of log a to the power of x. This is how we define it. Suppose if I take log both sides, log a to the power of x is equal to log a to the power of x log e. Log e is 1. So log a to the power of x is equal to log a to the power of x. Both are same. So log a to the power of x, I have taken e to this side. So e to the power of x is equal to e to the power of log a to the power of x. So in this formula, I am substituting log a to the power of x in place of x. E to the power of log a to the power of x. In place of x, I am substituting log a to the power of x. So 1 plus log a to the power of x by 1 factorial plus log a to the power of x by whole square by 2 factorial. Like that, it is getting expanded. Now, a to the power of x, this one I brought to the other side, a to the power of x minus 1. This is what is our formula? Log of a to the power of x minus 1 by x. So, a to the power of x minus 1. So, when I take log a to the power of x out here, so here it becomes 1 plus here log a to the power of x by 2 factorial. Here log a to the power of x by 3 factorial, like that it will come. So, log a to the power of x is x log a. What is log a to the power of x? X log a. So, this x coming to the bottom of this. So a to the power of x minus 1 by x is equal to log a into 1 plus blah blah blah. A to the power of x will come. So whenever x is 0, a to the power of x is 0. So log 1 is 0, log 1 is 0. These are all become 0 except this one. So this is log a. Okay. So limit of a to the power of x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0 is log a. Then not the same e to the power of x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0. So log e is 1. Log of 1 plus x by x as x tends to 0 is 1. Let us prove this. 1 plus x. X is 0. So log 1 is 0 by 0. So we have to how log 1 x plus 1 is defined? The expansion of log x plus 1 is equal to x minus x square by 2 plus x cubed by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus this is the infinite series, logarithmic series. So if I divide it by x, I'm getting 1 here. All are having multiples of x. So when I substitute x is 0, so I'm getting answer 1. So these three are also standard limits. So a to the power of x minus 1 by x, a to the power of x minus 1 by x, log of 1 plus x by x is equal to 1 as x tends to 0. And 1 plus x whole to the power of 1 by x as x tends to 0 is e. Just see here, this is e. This is log a. This is log e. This is 1. So whatever fractions we are getting 0 by 0, we should be able to convert into these 5 standard forms. Here how many standard are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 standard forms. Here 1, 2 standard forms. Total I have 6 standard forms and of course a sandwich theorem. So I have to convert them into these 6 to find out the non-existing limits. Okay, let us see some examples on this. Limit of x tends to pi by 2, cos pi by 2 by x minus 90. See, cos pi by 2 is what? 0. Pi by 2 minus 90 is also 0. So 0 by 0. So I have to convert it into sin x by x. So let x minus 90, because I want bottom x, I want sin x by x, I want. So x minus 90 I am putting as y. So what is x is 90 plus y. So cos 90 plus y is minus sin y by y. So minus sin y by y as y tends to 0 is equal to minus 1. Because sin y by y is 1, minus is there, so minus 1. So this is, I have converted into a standard form. Limit of sin of a plus bx minus sin of a minus bx by x as x tends to 0. Suppose we put 0 here. This is sin a minus sin a. So 0, 0 by 0. So I have to solve this in a required format. So sin of a plus b, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sin of a minus b, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So plus sin a cos b minus sin a cos b will get cancelled. So 2 cos a sin b is left out. So 2 cos a sin bx, if you expand it by bx. So if I put bx into b, so sin bx by bx is 1. Limit of x tends to 0, sin bx by bx is equal to 1 into 2b cos a. So the answer is 2b cos a. Even though it appears as 0 by 0, but once I expand, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b minus sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sin a cos b getting cancelled, cos a sin b is left out. So sin b, sin x by sin x, same x should be there. Sin bx by x is not 1. Sin bx by bx is 1. So as x tends to 0. So I put b here, I put b in the numerator also. So this term is 1 as x tends to 0. So these two are connected to sin x by x. Let us see e to the power of x minus e cubed by x minus 3. If I put 3, so what is e cubed minus e cubed 0 by 0. So I am taking out e cubed out here. I put x minus 3 as y. X minus 3 as y. Then what is e to the power of y plus 3 minus e cubed by y as y tends to 0. Here I taken out e to the power of 3. So e to the power of e cubed I have taken out e to the power of y minus 1 by y. This is log e. This is log e. So e to the power of x minus a by x. E to the power of x minus 1 by x is equal to log e. So that is e cubed. See here we have seen this formula. Limit of e to the power of x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0 is log e. Same here e to the power of y minus 1 by y as y tends to 0 is 1. So this whole term is 1. This is e cubed. So answer is e cubed. I can take out here itself e to the power of, but bottom I am having x minus 3. I should have in terms of x. So here that is tallying exactly with my formula. Let us say e to the power of sin x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0. Same thing, e to the power of sin x minus 1 by sin x into sin x by x. So this is 1, this is 1, 1 into 1, 1. So I can divide by sin x, multiply by sin x. This limit is becoming 1. E to the power of x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0. Again sin x by x also 1 as x tends to 0. So it is 1. Basically what is this? E to the power of sin x minus e to the power of sin 0 is 1. So x minus 0. So this is nothing but differentiation of e to the power of sin x. What is the differentiation of e to the power of sin x? F dash x e to the power of sin x into cos x. E to the power of 0 is 1, cos 0 is 1. So as x is 0, this is 1. Basically, the differentiation, is the differentiation. F of x minus f of 0 by x minus 0 as x tends to 0. So that's what differentiation. In later chapters, we'll simply do d by dx of e to the power of sin x. D by dx of e to the power of sin x. But we are doing now f of y plus x plus h minus f of x by x plus h. You see here. What is this point? This is f of x. What is this point? This is f of x plus delta. This point is x plus delta. This is f of x plus delta. So f of x plus delta minus f of x is E. Basically, E is what? E is delta y. What is delta? Is nothing but delta x. So this is delta y by delta x is the slope. As delta x tends to 0, this becomes differentiation. So this is what we have learned in limits is basis of differentiation. We are learning the basis of differentiation. Now e to the power of sin x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0 is nothing but it is a dy dx of e to the power of sin x curve. Okay, now we'll see this problem. 2x minus 1 root of x minus 1 by this as x tends to 1. So I substitute 1 here. 1 plus 1, 2. Minus 3 is minus 1 in the denominator. 2 plus 1, 3. Minus 0. Denominator is 0. Numerator also 0. So let us do 2x1 root of x minus 1 by I am converting into factorization. So x minus 1 going to top root of x plus 1 by 2x minus 3. In fact, what is this? This is x minus 1. Root x plus 1 into root x minus 1. So root x minus 1, root x minus 1 getting cancelled. Root of x minus 1, this is not total x minus 1. This is only root of x minus 1. Bracket is outside. So root x minus root 1 by root x plus 1 into root x minus 1. These two can cancel. So root x plus 1 is left over. So now all are positive terms. So when x is equal to this is 1, this is 2, this is 5. So 1 by 5, 1 by 10. Only common factor is removed. Limit of x sin a minus a sin x by x minus a as x tends to a. So I want sin x by x. So let x minus a is equal to y. So x is equal to a plus y. So x a plus y into sin a minus a into sin a plus y by y. So we know sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, sin y plus a, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. So minus is there, so both minus. You see these two are getting cancelled. A sin a by y minus, this is plus, minus a sin a by y. Cos y as y tends to 0 is 1. So these two are getting cancelled out. What is left out is sin a minus a sin y cos a. So when I substitute sin y by y is there, y is given because by x minus a I have taken as y, so by y. So sin y by y is 1 limit. This is limit 1. Here they are getting cancelled. Y sin a and y is getting cancelled. Sin a is left out. A sin a by y is there. So this is get a sin a by y, a sin a by y getting cancelled out. So a sin y cos a by y. So my answer is sin a minus a cos a. Sin a minus a cos a. This is nothing but differentiation. If I differentiate, what I get? X is 1. So sin a minus a into what is cos sin x? Cos x. Cos x as x tends to a is cos a. So sin a minus a cos a by x minus. So basic this chapter is differentiation only, but these are fundamentals of differentiation. So we made our work simple by learning differentiation, but these are fundamentals. How we have proceeded here? We have used standard limits. By standard limit, this sin y by y became 1 and a sin a by y, a sin a by y getting cancelled. So I am left out is sin a minus a cos a. Okay. Similarly, cos ax minus cos bx by x square. Here I am having x square. So we know cos a minus cos b is equal to 2 sine a plus b by 2 minus 2 sine a plus b by 2 a minus b by 2. So this is the formula of cos a minus cos b. So minus 2 sine ax plus bx by 2 into sine ax minus bx by 2 by x. Okay. So minus 2 sine this x is overall x because you see here by x square. X square is common. So this x is overall under x, not with 2x. It is separate by x. You have to understand that. Okay. So now I am converting this into 2 sine x into a plus b by 2 by x into a plus b by 2. Again, half 2 sine x into a minus b by 2 by x into a minus b by 2. So I have multiplied and divided here by half into a plus b, half into a plus b. Here half into a minus b. So finally what I am getting left out, this sine x by x is 1, sine x by x is 1. So balance left out terms is minus 2 into a plus b by 2 into a minus b by 2. That is b square minus a square by 2. So I convert this into a sine a sine b form. When sine a sine b, sine x by x. So sine x is what? X into a plus b by 2 is sine x. So bottom also I should get x into a plus b by 2. So x is already given. So x square is separated into the two parts, x here and x here. So here a plus b by 2 I have divided, multiplied by a plus b by 2. So a plus b by 2 into a minus b by 2. A square minus b square by 4 because minus 2 is here. Let us see. Let us see this. Log of 1 plus 5x by x as x tends to 0. So we know log of 5x minus plus 1 by 5x into 5. So log of x plus 1 by x as x tends to 0 is equal to 1. We have seen that. This is the standard rule. Log of x plus 1 by x as x tends to 0 is 1. Here in place of x it is 5x. So log of 5x plus 1 by 5x into 5 is equal to 5 into 1, that is 5. So log of 5x plus 1 by 5x into 5. So this whole figure as x tends to 0 is 1. So 5 into 1 is 5. So sine pi cos square x by x square as x tends to 0. So cos square x is 1 minus sine square x. So this can be separated as sine of pi minus pi sine square x by x square by 2. Sine of 90 minus theta. So this is sine of 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta is sine theta. So sine pi sine square x by x square. So sine square x by x square is under one bracket sine pi. So sine pi into this limit is 1 square. So pi sine pi by sine square x. Sine of pi sine square x. This is what? Sine of pi sine square x. Sine of pi sine square x by pi sine square x into pi sine square x by x square. So I divided by pi sine square x multiplied by pi sine square x. So sine of pi sine square x by pi sine square x is 1. pi into sine square x by x square is 1. So answer is pi. So we cannot straight away say that it is pi. Sine of pi sine square x by x square is not 1. Sine of pi sine square x is sine of pi sine square x by pi sine square x is 1. So here we have to put brackets here. This is one sine term. So I need denominator also same sine term. So into same. So here okay, sine square x by x square. Pi is outside. Here pi is within this sign limit. Okay, now you see that. Limit of 1 by x into 1 plus x whole to the power of 1 by 8 minus 1 minus x whole to the power of 1 by 8 as x tends to 0. Same thing. This we have done. So 1 by x I am keeping here. This I am expanding. A plus b whole to the power of 1 by 8. A plus x to the power of 1 by 8 plus x square to the power of 1 by 8 into n minus 1 n into n minus 1 into x square plus n into n minus 1 like that minus. This is a minus b whole to the power of n. So minus 1. I am expanding this zone. 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 8 plus x square into 1 by 8 into n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial. So like that it goes. So minus terms get cancelled, plus terms getting added up. So what I am finally getting 2 into x into 1 plus x plus x plus by 8x. So when I expanded and added, everything I'm getting 2 times. So 2x into 1 is getting cancelled. 1 minus 1 is getting cancelled. X plus x is 2x. X square plus x minus x square it cancel. X cubed plus x cubed get 2x cubed. So everything is multiplication of x. 2x. So this x getting cancelled. So this is 1. When I substitute x here, they all become 0. So 1 by 4 is the answer. See here, this one and this one both are same type of examples. Let us see here. 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 by x whole to the power 1 by 3 by x. In place of 1 by 8, it is 1 by 3. So here what we have done? 1 by x whole to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 by 1 plus x minus 1 plus limit of 1 minus x whole to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 by 1 minus x minus 1. This we have done in terms of, we are converted into a standard form. What is the standard form? Two standard forms. X to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a. Again x to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a. X to x is 1 plus x. X to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a. So this we know n into x to the power of n minus 1. So 1 by 3 into 1 plus 1 by 3 into 1, that is 2 by 3. Same here, 1 by 8 into 1 plus 1 by 8 into 1, 2 by 8, that is 1 by 4. So this is by converting into a standard expansion form. X to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a. So in place of x, I am putting 1 plus x minus 1. So x is 1 plus x, a is 1. So 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by 3 minus 1. Here it becomes plus 1. Plus 1. Here I have added minus 1 here. Here I have added plus into plus 1. Actually it is minus here. Actually minus. So minus into 1 minus x. It's minus 1 turn to plus here. Minus 1 plus minus 1. In fact, it is supposed to be minus of 1 minus. So when taking it as plus, it become minus 1. Okay. So both are same. Here we have done with a fundamental formula n into e to the power of n minus 1 2 times. Here also same thing we can put. So 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by 8 minus 1 by 1 plus x minus 1 minus of, in place of minus will come plus of minus plus 1 minus x whole to the power 1 by 8 minus 1 by 1 plus x minus 1. Both are limits. N into 1 by 8 it plus 1 by 8, that is 1 by 4. So this is basically fundamental rule, this rule. So limit conversion we have to add into this rule. But otherwise we can expand, and if you know binomial expansion, we can use binomial expansion. Okay. Now you see here, limit of 3 to the power of x minus 1 by root of 1 plus x minus 1 as x tends to 0. Limit of 3 to the power of x minus 1 into root of 1 plus x plus 1 by, I am doing rationalization. So I multiplied numerator and denominator root of 1 plus x plus 1. So this becomes a square minus b square. So 1 getting cancelled, x is left over. So now limit of 3 to the power of x minus 1 by x. This is one fact. Limit of root of 1 plus x plus 1. This we know log a, log 3. E to the power of x minus 1 by x is equal to log 3. This is when I substitute 0 here. Log, what is this becoming? When x tends to 1, limit of square root of 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1, 3. When x tends to 0, 1 plus 1, 2. So this is becoming 2. So root of 1 plus x minus 1 into root of 1 plus x plus 1 is equal to 1 plus x minus 1. So bottom we are getting x. Top we are getting plus. We are multiplying this with numerator and denominator. So when I put x is 0, 1 plus 0, 1. Root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. This is this 2. So balance is being limit of e to the power of x minus 1 by x as x tends to 0. This is log a. That is log 3. So this is 2 log 3. Okay. Now this. This is same. 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by 3 is already we have studied. Sin of x minus a tan square x minus a by x square minus a square whole square as x tends to a. So this can be written as sin of x minus a tan square x minus a by x square minus a square whole square is x minus a whole square into x plus a whole square. So tan x minus a by x minus a whole square. This is one part. Tan x minus b by x minus a whole square is one part. And limit of sin x minus a is one part. Limit of 1 by x plus a whole square is another part. So when I substitute x is equal to a, this becomes sin 0 is 0. This is tan x minus a by x minus a is 1. This is 1 by 4. A plus a 2a whole square is 4a square. So answer is 0. Limit of secant x minus 1 by x square as x is 0. So I want to convert into sin x by x or some any other known standard form. Secant x is 1 by cos x. So 1 minus cos x by x square cos x. So 1 minus cos x can be written as 2 sin square x by 2. So this is 2 sin square x by 2 by x by 2 whole square into 1 by 4 into 1 by cos x. Because this is sin x by 2 by sin x by 2 whole square. So whatever I have denominated 1 by 4, I have divided with 1 by 4, multiplying with 1 by 4. So this is 1, 2 into 1 into 1 by 4 into 1 by cos 0 is 1. So answer is 1 by 2. Similarly, limit of x into e to the power of x minus 1 by 1 minus cos x as x tends to 0. So 1 minus cos 0, 0 by 0. This is becoming 0 by 0. Let us say. Limit of In place of x, I'm putting x by 2 whole square by 1 minus cos x is 2 sine square x by 2. 1 minus cos x is 2 sine square x by 2. So this x by 2, I'm dividing by another x by 2 whole square. So here also I am by 4 here. So into 4 is kept here. 4 is kept here. So we have done x square here. We have taken x square. So now x is already there. So I have to divide it by another x. So this x has come here. Limit of e to the power of x minus 1 by x. So this is converted into two forms. E to the power of x minus 1 by x into x square. Okay. E to the power of x minus 1 by x into x square. 2 sine squared x by 2 by x square by 4. So this x square is already there. So by 4 multiply by 4. So I'm getting 1 by 2. 2. 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2 into limit of 1 by sine x by x whole square. So 1 by 2 into 4 is 2. So I have converted to f of x, g of x. Limit of f of x tends to 0. Limit of g of x as x tends to 0 and into standard forms. Now the x tan x minus 2x tan x by so and so. So we know what is tan x. Tan 2 theta is 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. When we take the denominator as 1 minus tan square theta, what I'm getting? 2x tan x, 2x tan x is getting cancelled. So I'm getting x into 2 tan x into tan square x divided by 1 minus cos 2x whole square. So 2 tan x into tan square x, because this is 2 tan x into 1, 2 tan x is getting cancelled. 2 tan x into tan square x, 2 tan x into tan square x by 2 sine squared x whole square. 1 minus cos 2x is equal to 2 sine squared x. This is whole square. So limit of 2x into sine x by cos x, sine square x by cos square x into 1 by 4 sine to the power of 4x. So when sine getting cancelled out, what are the left out here? Limit of x by sine x, because sine to the power of 4x, sine square sine cube getting cancelled. So sine to the power of x by x. This is one set. This is 1 by cos cubed x plus cos square x into cos x, cos cubed x. Here put x is 0. This is 1. This is 1. This is half. So answer is half. Okay. Okay, in the limits we have so far we have seen limits, standard limits, and how to deduce up to standard limit and find the answer. So let us see continuity of infinity at infinity. Let us see simple example. Suppose I am charging a capacitor. It acquires full voltage at infinity as time goes to infinity. When I am discharging a capacitor, again it acquires a zero charge, discharges fully at infinity. So some of the examples of infinity. Now let us see here. Fx is 1 by x to the power of 4. As x tends to 0, fx is tending to infinity. There is no limit for this. This cannot be defined. So it's going to infinity. Let us say here different combinations of infinity. X tends to a positive infinity. X tends to a, it can go to negative infinity. X tends to infinity, it can come to a limit. Here, as time tends to infinity, the value is v0, the value is I0. So as x tends to infinity, y can be a limited value. Again, x tends to infinity, x also can be infinity. As x tends to infinity, y also can be infinity. This is some other chart. So it will go like this. Suppose y is x, it is going like this. So as x tends to infinity, y is also going to infinity. So the various combinations of the infinity and limits. So if x tends to infinity, as x tends to a, limit of 1 by f to fx tends to 0. So limit of 1 by fx is 1 by limit of fx tends to 0. This is 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity means 0. Similarly, fx is 0 and 1 by fx is tending to infinity. So these are the simple theorems of that. Let us see. E to the power of x as x tends to infinity. As x tends to infinity, e to the power of x also is tending to infinity. So fx also tending to infinity. As x tends to infinity, fx also tending to infinity. This is the condition. Let us say limit of x square minus sin x by x square minus 2 as x tends to infinity. So this can be written as, I can take out x square outside, 1 minus sin x by x square into 1 minus 2 by x square. As x tends to infinity, 2 by x square becomes 0. Sin x by x square also becomes 0. So it is 1 by 1. So answer is 1. Okay, because sin x is limited. It can be between +1 and -1, but by x is infinity. So this is also 0. So wherever infinity is coming, we have to bring it to denominator. Wherever 0 is coming, we have to take it to numerator. Wherever infinity is coming, we have to bring it to denominator, and we can eliminate that particular term. Let us see some examples. So as x tends to 3, what happens as x tends to 3? 3 square in the bottom here, 3 square minus 18, 9 plus 9 is becoming 0. So let us do factorization. This is x plus 1 and x plus 2 by x minus 3 whole square. There is no factor here. So it automatically tends to infinity. Because denominator 0 is cannot be eliminated by factorization method. Okay. Next, 6x square by x plus 3 as x tends to infinity. Here I can take out x out. So x into 6x minus 1 plus 1 by x into 1 plus 3 by x. X is getting cancelled. So as x tends to infinity, this is also tending to infinity. 6x is tending to infinity. So limit of x tends to infinity. Let us see this x. Root of x square plus x. I am taking out x outside. So x into root of 1 plus x by x square by, if I am taking out x square here, x square into 2 minus 1 by x square. So as x tends to infinity, there is an x in the bottom. So it is tending to 0. This 6 by x square is 0. 1 by 2x. This is 1 by x square is 0. So 1 by 2x is remaining. This is also tending to 0. Okay. Limit of 8 mod x plus 3x into 3 mod x minus 2x as x tends to infinity. This is plus only, plus infinity. So I can simply, as x is greater than 0, 8x plus 3x is 11x. 3x minus 2x is 1x. So x getting cancelled, answer is 11. Because there is no minus infinity to plus infinity. It is plus infinity. Okay. So mod x automatically become x itself. So limit of x tends to infinity, this equation. So I'm taking out here x cube. Here also I'm taking out x cube. So 11 by 13 is the answer. So because when I put x infinity, this becomes 0. These terms will become 0. Now root x plus 1 minus root x as x tends to infinity. Now I have to do rationalization. I have added plus here. So a square minus b square, x plus 1 minus x. X is getting cancelled. 1 is left over. 1 by this. So here I'm taking out root x outside. So once I substitute infinity, g infinity, this term is 0. This term is again 1 by infinity is 0. So limit of x tends to infinity. I'm again rationalization. So x square plus x minus x. So top one is becoming x square by root of x square plus 1 plus x. X square plus x plus x. So limit of x square plus x minus x square, because a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square by a plus b, x square root of x square plus x plus x. This is x. Now here I am taking out x out. Limit of x by 1 plus 1 by x square minus 1. X by x square getting cancelled, so x is remaining. So x by, I'm taking out here x out. So in fact, out of the root, I'm taking x square. Once it comes out of the root, it becomes x. So 1 plus 1 by x under root plus 1 by x square plus 1. Because I've taken out x. So when I substitute x getting cancel, substitute 1 by 2 I am getting. So we have to simply remove the x portion. 2 plus sin x by x square plus 3 as x tends to infinity. Sin x is limited. Sin x is limited. So automatically x into 2 by x plus sin x by x into x plus 3 by x. So x is getting cancelled. Here, if I'm taking out x outside, so 2 by x sin x by x. Here also I'm taking out x outside, x plus 3 by x. Now this x is getting cancelled. So 2 by x is 0 as x tends to infinity. 2 by x is 0, sin x by x also 0. So this is infinity. So that means we had 0 by infinity is 0. Now limit of 2 plus cos squared x by x plus 2007 as x tends to infinity. So here I'm taking out x out, 2 by x plus cos square by x by x into by x. So x is getting cancelled, 2 by x is 0, cos square by x is also 0, and this is 1. 2007 by x also 0. So this remains 1. So 0 by 1 is 0. Limit of 6x square minus cos 3x by x square plus 5. Same way, I'm taking out x out here, x square, both are getting cancelled. 6 minus cos 3x by x square into 1 plus 5 by x square. So this is 0, this term is 0, this is 6 by 1. So answer is 6. Let us see continuity. So function, a polynomial function fx is 2x or x square. These are continuous functions. X square means as x goes, y also rise with square power. These are all continuous functions. A plus and a minus values are same for any value of x. Let us see here. If fx is 1, if x is less than 0, and fx is 2, x is more than 0. That means it is a discontinuous function at 0. At x0 minus, it is 1. At x0 plus, it is 2. So they are not same. So when we will say that it is continuous, if these three conditions are satisfied. One is f of a is defined. It is not 1 by 0 or something infinity. Then x a plus is equal to a minus. As x tends to a plus is equal to x tends to a minus. This is f of a. Then we can say that this is a continuous function. You see these two here. Here discontinuous. At x is equal to a, the discontinuity is infinity. Plus infinity to minus. Similarly, here discontinuity is a jump discontinuity. So in continuous equation, if there are two equations are there, if f of x continuous, g of x is continuous, then f of plus g of x both are two. The single function also is continuous. Similarly, multiplication also is continuous. If the base functions are continuous, their operations are also continuous. Right continuous means a plus exist. This is right continuous means a plus exist. Left continuous means a minus exist. If a is equal to a plus is equal to a minus, then it is full continuous, same as this. Closed interval AB. That means it is continuous between a and b, a plus and b minus. A plus it is continuous, AB totally it is continuous, and b minus is continuous. F of x at x is at a is discontinuous if they are not equal, left and right limits are not equal, then they are not, they are discontinuous. They are equal, but if they are not equal to f of a, then also it is discontinuous. If one of the limit does not exist, also it is discontinuous. So all the three have to be satisfied. Let us see an example. Sin x minus sin c. Sin x is a general function. Sin c is any point on the sine. Let us see whether it is continuous or not. So 2 Sin a minus b by 2 into cos a plus b by 2. Okay, cos a plus b by 2 is less than 1. So this whole function is 2 sin x minus less than 2 sin x minus c by 2. So when it is less than 2 sin x minus c by 2, means it is less than x minus c by 2. 2 getting cancelled, so less than x minus c. That means you are having some value. It is not infinity or something. So this is a continuous function. Similarly, cos a minus cos b minus 2 sin a plus b by 2 sin a minus b by 2. So sin a plus b by 2 is less than 1. So it is totally less than minus 2 sin a minus b by 2. Again, it is less than x minus. So it is continuous. Thus, both sine and cos are continuous at any arbitrary c. So any function with sine and cos also are continuous. Let us see some examples. F of x is this, so that it is continuous. You know x to the power plus 10 plus 1 is continuous. Now cos x to the power 1 by 3 is also continuous. So cos of g of x is automatically, because both base functions are continuous. So f of x is half into x square minus 4 if x is less than 2. It is 2 if x is 2, it is 2 minus 8 by x square. And if x is 2, it is 0. X is less than 2, this equation. X is more than 2, this equation. Let us put 2 minus means 4 minus 4, 0. Fx is 2, 0. 2 plus, let us put 2 minus 8 by 4. 4 2s are 8. So 2 minus 2, 0. All are x plus 2, it is 2 minus. See here, 2 minus 8 by x square. If x is greater than 2. That means 2 minus 8 by x square is 4. 4 2s are 8. This is 4. Then this is also 0. That means 2 plus 2 and 2 minus all are equal. So this function is continuous. If it is x cubed, then it is not continuous. Since it is x square, it is continuous. Okay. Now let us see this function. Up to 5, x is not equal to 3. If x is equal to 3, this one. So let us put 3 minus. X is equal to 3 minus. So this is x plus 3 into x minus 3. This is x minus 3 into x plus 1. So x minus 3 getting cancelled. X plus 3 by x plus 1. Yet x is equal to 3. This is 6 by 4, 1.5. This is also 1.5. So it is continuous. It is continuous. Let us see this. K square x minus k, if x is greater than 1 to x is less than 1. So if it is x is greater than 1, this is the answer. If it x is less than 1, this is the answer. Find k for continuity. So we have to simply substitute. So let us put x is 1. So k square minus k. Here let us put x is more than is equal to 2. So k square minus k is equal to 2. When I solve this, g minus 1 or 2 for both the values, this is continuous. Similarly, cos ax minus cos bx by x square, if x is not 0. This is the answer if x is 0. If x is not 0, this is the f of x. If x is 0, this is the f of x. Let us see. X is 0. This is cos a minus cos b minus 2 sin a plus b by 2 a minus b by 2 by x square. So both x sin a plus b by 2 by x, sin a minus b by 2 by x. So I have to keep both same, x into a plus b by 2 by x into a plus b by 2. X into a minus b by 2 by x into a minus b by 2. So again, I have to numerator also I have to multiply with a plus b by 2 and a minus b by 2. So a square minus b square by 4. So this minus is there, b square minus a square by 2. So if I follow this also, it is b square minus a square by 2. If I follow x plus also, is b square minus a square by 2. That means this is continuous. Okay. So like that, we should be able to see continuous continuity from minus a minus, a and a plus. If all are equal, then we can say that the function is continuous. It will not be like this. If it is a continuous function, it goes like a continuous curve. These two are discontinuous functions. So this is what we have seen. We have seen the limits. These are the infinite limits. These are the infinite limits we have seen. And we have seen sin x by x. As sin x tends to 0, sin x becomes x. So x by x is 1. So we have seen how x is less than sin x is less than x less than tan x by the areas method. And we have also seen how the dy by dx is defined. This is delta y is e. This is delta x is delta. So delta y by delta x. For an increment change, a 0.001 change in x, if there is a change in y, this is called delta y by delta x at that point. So this is basically limit as x tends to 0. As x tends to c, that means delta tends to 0. As x tends to c means what? X is in this zone. Minus delta 2 plus delta. As x tends to c, that means delta is 0. So I am taking delta x is 0. I will get delta y. Delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0. So this is a limit function. We have already studied. This is the limits. So with this, we will conclude the limits, functions, and continuity, which is a base for our next chapter, differentiation, and for the integration, all the things. Understanding of these limits is understanding of standard limits is more important. This is a standard limit. This is standard. There are 6 standard limits. We should by heart. Okay. Thank you.